So this is just an example of what it's like trying to talk with my mom about anything to do with like the government. I wasn't planning on putting this out, so don't judge me on my theories. This was just me talking to my mom, so that's they're pretty crazy. They sound pretty out there, but yeah, I thought that the situation was really cool how they said like almost word for what I just said. So, and I feel like I'm lying because I this. Okay, so last night my mom and I were texting, and she had sent me this video. It's a period store. It sells like reusable menstrual cups and like just that sort of stuff. But then it also has a section for like sex toys and stuff. So I just responded, this definitely would be a business I'd want any of the kids involved in. I can see this becoming just another sex toy store very quickly, and that's not something I'd ever want to be associated with. I actually have a theory that girls aren't meant to start puberty until closer to 18 like boys do, but we've messed with our hormones so bad that girls are going through puberty younger and younger. I also remember boys being a lot taller, so maybe it's having the opposite effect on boys. And then I said, did you see this? I don't know what this is. Oh, it's the world leaders. And also this, I wish you'd stop believing what the people who get paid to shit talk Trump have to say. Why would you believe people who blow every single thing Trump does out of proportion instead of trusting a letter from a doctor? Pictures are doctored so easily these days. It's honestly getting impossible to tell the difference. So I only believe things that have verifiable proof, and even then, you need to check the source of the information. It's getting crazier every single day. And then it's just the letter. And then she said, this is why people were lined up for Trump doll. Corrupt. And this one's saying that Trump's like promising people stuff, but so I said, if you take away this kid's script, there's nothing there. That's a pretty far stretch. Do you not realize that he's surrounded by lawyers all the time? When he says, I don't know what I think of that yet, it's because there's certain details he can't give up. Have you ever taken the time to look into that Hunter Biden laptop thing I mentioned a while back? Because that's actually a real thing that someone in Senate got their hands on and surprised everyone when he disclosed that it was in his possession. You trust me on almost everything except this. I don't understand why you think I'd be such an idiot for purposely going against you if I wasn't 100% sure that I know this. Trump is the first president that wasn't handpicked in probably both of our lifetimes. I've been trying to explain to you forever that evil people learned how to manipulate people in mass. I haven't figured out why these specific people want to turn everyone away from God besides collecting souls. It just seems like there needs to be more to it. I wonder what they got as a reward. Ooh, maybe they really are super old. Wouldn't that be crazy if the devil could keep people living? It sounds so backwards. I wish I had someone I could talk to about this with. I feel like talking it out brings out more ideas and pieces things together. I mostly just like learning new things. I just wish I could get my kids interested. So she said this is being done with Trump's blessing, and this is only the first part of the video. They said pepper spray that man from head to toe, and he was simply standing there praying for peace. So, and then she said, there's a quick interview with this lovely man who was praying for peace in the street and was assaulted by Trump's army of white supremacists. It's horrific that people can't even use their right to speak freely in public place without being battered. So I said, I think this is the video of Don Lemon interviewing people protesting outside of ICE centers. The guy says, we were just dancing. We were just standing there like this, with his arms linked with his buddies. They're trying to stop vehicles from coming and going. It's been going on for weeks, if not months. You have to take responsibility for the situations you put yourself in. ICE agents are doing their job and shouldn't have to be harassed every single day. Can you imagine having people convinced that instead of protecting American citizens, making the streets safe again, you're made up to be a villain? Then you go home to your wife and kids to get ready to do it again all over again the next day. Doesn't the ICE agents' frustration make a bit more sense? She said, so it's okay to shoot people in the head with pepper balls? Nope, I'll never agree to that. And then I said, and then when governors choose to be idiots and make ICE-free zones in some of the most dangerous states in America, Donald Trump has every right to send in the army to protect American citizens. It's literally written into the law like that for this exact reason. So then she sent me real heroes. So I said, CNN is so incredibly biased. When you can't say anything positive about the sitting president, that's how you know they get paid to make a story based out of someone's interpretation of what someone meant. The media counts on you not taking the time to actually get the context to the stuff they clip. So she says, this right here absolutely terrifies me. The future is not exactly looking up for your children and their children if this movement makes its way up north. More about those messages are in Adam's video from earlier today. I watched it first. It's so scary. So then I sent her this. This actually just blew my mind. This is exactly what I explained earlier. I didn't expect someone to come out and almost say word for word what I described. I swear I just saw this for the first time right now.
That is completely false. I have never called.
Why don't you actually check out Portland and see what's happening? But no.
My house to go to work. I am violently assaulted. I've had guns pulled on me. I've been bear sprayed. I've been beaten down. I've been almost killed. So my question for all of you is, how would you feel if every time you showed up to work, masked militants tried to kill you? Because that's how we feel. That's our lived reality. And you guys go and tell us that we're liars, the riots aren't that bad, right? I've never seen any of you guys on the ground. In fact, I've never seen anybody representing the companies you work for on the ground. You guys come to us for interviews that never get published. Stop saying we're lying. We're not. We risk our lives every day to do the job that you guys are too afraid to do.
What network would you say is the worst, if I could ask?
Do you see how petty he is? You just had to ask. Yeah, he's proving his point that news is fake.